Hello and welcome everybody to an Edge of Eternities draft. That's right, we're mixing things up. We have a couple of days left before the cube, the powered cube, goes on Arena. So while we wait, didn't really want to play Tarkir Dragonstorm anymore, so let's do some quick drafts. I really don't do this that often, but you know what? Edge of Eternities was a pretty fun format, and I haven't tried quick draft yet, so let's see what it's like. Now, before we hop into this draft, I just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Head on over to TCGplayer.com to make sure you can purchase MTG sealed product if you want to buy booster boxes of Edge of Eternities, Spider-Man, Final Fantasy, or you wanted some singles for your constructed decks. TCGplayer.com is the place to go. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, head on over to heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, life pads, and more, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. All right, let's hop straight in. Space-Time Anomaly is a fun card. I kind of want to climb the ranks, though. And if I want to climb the ranks, where do I want to start? Well, there's two options here, in my opinion. You have Harmonious Grovestrider and Diadrine Synthesis Amalgam. Now, I do think Diadrine is a stronger card, but I really dislike starting with multicolored cards first. I do think Harmonious Grovestrider is quite strong and a card that lets me just be a little more open in terms of the color combination. So I'm going to start with the Grovestrider here and then see where things go. Ooh, Glacier Godma, second pick. Very, very happy about that. Past double Memenon. Hopefully the bots that draft this take that as a sign to go blue-red or whatever, but happy enough taking the Glacier Godma. Focus Fire is a good removal effect. Survey Mechan in the multicolor lander deck is also certainly very nice, but I think just starting off with two green cards, two really solid green cards, is a very nice start to this draft. Well, I mean, let's keep the theme going here. Rayblade Trooper, Night Luminary are very good, and Gravkill and Pinnacle Killship are also solid removal options, but there's a Larval Scoutlander, and this looks like a really nice Larval Scoutlander deck. You get double triggers off the Glacier Godma. We are just trying to ramp, and this is an excellent way to do so, and just keeps us pretty open in terms of what our second color should be, noting that we are seeing a couple of really good white cards here, so, you know, certainly that is something that could be on the table, depending on where things go. All right, pack 1, pick 4. There's a Ragost. I don't even know what you do. I don't draft Boros very often. I think this card's fine, but you know what's better? A Gene Pollinator. I do like Nebula Dragon as a top-end card, but I already have a Glacier Godma and a Grovestrider. Gene Pollinator is just absolutely perfect in allowing us to kind of ramp into some of our heavy hitters. One of the best green commons. I think it's the second best green common, probably, behind Galactic Wayfarer. So very, very happy about this. And I'm trying my best to cut off all the green cards. So bots, please listen. Okay? Please listen here. But very, very happy with the start here so far. Pack 1, pick 5. I mean, certainly this is a late Sunstar Expansionist. Does feel like, you know, white-green could be on the table. Although this is not looking like a super aggressive white-green deck necessarily. But it is by far the best card. I'm going to take it over to Ice Cave Crasher. We'll see where this goes. But yeah, let's take the Expansionist here. And see what the future packs bring. Pack 1, pick 6, we have Melded Moxite, if I wanted to go like the red-green Lander Acceleration deck, or I can just take an Ice Cave Crasher that will almost certainly make my deck, given that I'm a green base. Given that I'm going to be a strong green base, I'm just going to take the Crasher here. Look at our mana curve, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Yes, we are looking pretty good as far as our mana curve is concerned. We have Vote Out and Honor here. Now, this deck's not really caring about doing the double spell thing. I think I'm just going to take Vote Out. We're not still married to Sunstar Expansionist as our white card of choice, so I'm going to take this in case we're going to need to splash for a removal spell. All right, pick 8, Dauntless Scrapbot is absolutely ridiculous. There's also a late Radiant Strike, which is a pretty solid removal spell, but of course we are absolutely going to take the Dauntless Scrapbot here and move on. Moving on to pack 1, pick 9. Of course, the Diadrine did not table. There is a Nutrient Block, which I don't care so much for. Although, I guess it works with the Larval Scoutlander. No, it doesn't work with that. Do I want to take boosters, or do I want to take the Nutrient Block out of this pack? I don't think I really care for nutrient block here. Let's take the boosters in case we end up in white-green. And, you know, especially if we pick up that 2-mana 1/1 that makes a 1/1 and searches for equipment, that can be good. That's a really late focus fire. I don't really see the need to go into like a trillion colors and play Survey Mechan when white seems okay. Like getting a focus fire this late is probably a sign this is just a really good interactive spell. So I think I want to take that over the Mechan. Also, we're definitely lacking interaction here. So yeah, let's go ahead and take that. All right, pack 1, pick 11. Pretty weak pack here overall. I guess I'll take a coordinator in case I need a playable. Fungal Colossus can be fine if we end up playing a bunch of colors. Hemosymbic Might is good if you're really aggressive, but I don't know if that's the direction that I want to go with this deck in particular. All right, pack 2, pick 1. What do we have? I mean, we're basically just mono green. There's a Rayblade Trooper, which can certainly do a lot of work. There's also Galactic Wayfarer. And given what this deck is looking like it's turning out to be, that feels like the more appropriate card here. Requiem Monolith is also fine as a way to draw some cards, but I don't even know, like, Vote Out was the only black card that we saw. So, you know, I feel like taking the Wayfarer is just a much safer pick here. Now, in traditional white-green aggressive decks, I do think the Rayblade Trooper is better. But given that we have the Glacier Godmaw, I feel like we're more of a green-heavy ramp deck. And I do think the Galactic Wayfarer will end up having, you know, similar value, if not more value, than the Rayblade Trooper. But I will admit that I think that is a close pick between the two. Here, there's a Monolith Circuit Feeder, but I don't know that I want to take that here. I do really like Seed Ship Impact, and there's also an Honored Knight Captain that I can consider taking. You know, I'm just going to take the Seed Shipping. Look, I'm just going to keep taking green. If it's at all close, I'm just going to keep taking the green card, right? Like, Seed Ship Impact is good. It's interaction. It gives me a lander. You know, I have potential nut draws by playing that turn 2 into the Scout Lander. So we'll just kind of keep it that way and see what happens. Pack 2, pick 3 is interesting. We're not seeing a whole lot of white cards here. We do have green. There is a Cryogen Relic. It's kind of... Is it crazy to take it here? I mean, there's an Embrace Oblivion and a Grab Pack Monoist, but you know what? Let's just take the Relic and just see what happens. Do I have any business being blue-green? No, but I just got a pick 4 Biomech and Engineer. This pack is insane, by the way, but I'm just going to take this. All right, we didn't think we were blue-green, but now we're blue-green. Sorry, bot passing to me. Well, it's a bot, so I guess I'm not actually sorry. Yeah, I mean, I took the Focus Fire here, and now I really wish I took the Survey Mechan, but it is what it is. I guess I'll take Dockworker Drone in case we go back to green-white. Okay, there is a Survey Mechan. I will take this one. I mean, you don't want like a million of these anyways. So it looks like we are moving into the blue-green space here. All right, I'm just going to start taking playables for this deck. Cerebral Download or Germinating Worm. I don't think I need the card draw. Let's take the Worm. Another Gale Blade, okay. Divert Disaster is fine, I think. Yeah, let's take that. You know, can't say that I'm necessarily super surprised, because, you know, this is, I do like blue-green, but I will fully admit that blue-green isn't like super, oh god, now there's an Elegy Acolyte. One of the best rares in the entire set. Do I pivot again? I don't know. There's also Exalted Sunborn, which is a good card. Whenever one or more tokens are being created, make an extra one. But Elegy Acolyte's better. Gosh. Whatever. Here, I'm here to have some fun as well. I'm just going to take Elegy Acolyte here. And let us move into, like, a black-green deck splashing blue for Relic and Biomech and Engineer. Something along those lines. All right, we're going to need some good mana fixing here. We have Beamsaw Prospector and Blooming Stinger. I actually think it's close between the two, but given that we're 3 colors, I'm going to take... Well, I don't still know if I'm going to play the black. I guess I'll take the Blooming Stinger. I think that is kind of close, though, between the two. All right, pack 3, pick 3. There's an Honor Knight Captain. There's a Banishing Light, so certainly white could have been something for us to consider, but I really do like Virus Beetle a lot, so I'm happy enough taking that, I think. Embrace Oblivion's also fine, but yeah, no, Banishing Light is, of course, a very, very good card. But look, I do feel that Elegy Acolyte is so strong that, like, it swings the game so much where I think it was just worth taking. Now, I think the Angel is also good, but I don't think it's on the... I think they're worlds apart. The Angel is very good, but the Elegy Acolyte, I'd say, is like a 3 or 4% better card than the Angel. Here we have Meltstrider's Resolve and Gene Pollinator. Probably just taking Gene Pollinator here for mana fixing. Meltstrider's Resolve is good, but I think this is the type of deck that cares about ramping and also just cares about the color fixing, because if I play this turn 1, that also allows me to play the Biomech Engineer early as well. Pack 3, pick 5, we have Cryo Shatter on the Splash or Hull Carver. Just going to take Hull Carver here to stay on color and get more things in play. All right, we'll take a Pinnacle Killship. You know, a second 7-drop is totally fine in these styles of decks. So we'll take that. It's a removal effect. It ramps me. It kind of does everything I want. This certainly does feel like a deck that can probably use Sammy's Curiosity, although Lost in Space is a really good interactive spell here as well. But I'm going to take the Curiosity here. It's also really good with the Larval Scoutlander here, right? So let's go with that. Pack 3, pick 8. This is a little bit of a weaker pack. I can take Monoist Sentry or Wormwall Sweeper. They're both pretty bad in this deck. I'll take the Sentry, but hopefully I don't have to play it. Now we're just getting a bunch of filler level cards. Hilderblade, I don't really love in this deck. There's a Selfcraft Mechan or another Germinating Worm. I guess we'll take the Worm. All right, so how did this deck end up? I mean, not ideally, but certainly we have a lot of power. I mean, we certainly could have taken more white cards. There was the pick where we took the Focus Fire over something good, and that, of course, also did not end up paying off for us. And so now we're kind of stuck with a deck that is a few playables short of what I would consider like an ideal setup. But I think this is... I mean, look, Black wasn't super duper open, but Elegy Acolyte is one of the most fun cards in the format, and it's extremely broken. So I'm going to hope that that's going to be enough for us for this deck to kind of carry us to where we need to go. Okay? That's going to be my hope. Play this Nutrient Block as a filler card. None of these other cards look particularly strong. I wonder how many lands I need to play in this deck. Like, I don't really have a lot of other good playables. I think the only other consideration here is like a Hilderblade. This doesn't seem like a particularly strong Hilderblade deck, but I do have lots of landers to sacrifice, which then I can use the Hill. But like, does moving the +3/+1 onto something for free, is that even good? I don't know. I don't think this is a Hilderblade deck, so I'm just going to play like a slightly heavier mana base, given that I do have some decent top end, and, you know, I have Survey Mech and Biomech and Engineer and Cryogen Relic. Hopefully that's enough, along with the Elegy Acolyte, to give me the gas that I need to try to close out games. Definitely want 9 untapped sources turn 1 for the Gene Pollinator and Sammy's Curiosity. We only have the 2 blue cards, so I think I can go down to 2 islands here. This still gives me 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue sources, and then all these landers. So I think that's fine, and then this seems like it's enough black sources. All right, let's give this a whirl. Let's give this a whirl. There was a lot of flip-flopping, a lot of going back and forth, but hopefully this is still good enough to get us to where we need to go. All right, now before round 1 starts, just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying all this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, I do have a Patreon. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Special shout out to all the patrons here. Really do appreciate your support. Access to the Patreon gives you access to special Patreon-only videos and access to my Discord channel, which I believe is a really great resource to up your limited game. Lots of benefits. Check it out. All right, on the play here, absolutely keeping this. Turn 1 Gene Pollinator, got some 4s. Hopefully we can find something cheap to play to tap with the Gene Pollinator. But we did draw the Elegy Acolyte, right? So, and we're on 17 lands with a bunch of mana. Is that Celestial Colonnade? Okay. We drew a Fungal Colossus, which is not ideal here. Blooming Stinger, sure. Something, no. Sadness on the stack. Well, maybe my opponent doesn't play a creature. That would be ideal. I'm not going to play the Acolyte into this much open mana. The question is, what do I play? Let's play an Ice Cave Crasher. I wasn't sure if this attack was good or not, based on the mana that they have up. It has been a little bit since I played, so... The nice thing about the Ice Cave Crasher is that it has Trample with the Elegy Acolyte. So I don't even care if, like, a trade happens, right? Biomechan Engineer, that's okay. I mean, these are all very good cards. Do they want to attack me? They do. Right, now what? Oh, right. Well, when this becomes tapped... Okay. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. Alright, let's play Survey Mechan and pass. I could have played this last turn as well. Maybe this was better because it has hexproof. It like much higher chance this actually connects. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. So this currently costs 8 mana to activate. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They don't have the white source to activate the Colonnade yet, which is good. And obviously I want to get to the point where I can sack this to kill the Biomechan Engineer. Oh god, oh god. Don't mind me. Just the buffoon. Alright, what did they sack? The Lander? Sure. Alrighty. They have 1 mana up. Play Elegy Acolyte. Let's hit them. Draw a card. That's a nutrient block. Alright, let's see. At the beginning of your end step, if a non-land permanent left the battlefield. So I can warp this and make a 2/2? Well, that's kind of insane. Alright. Well, we got some decent value there. Now, noting that there is a pretty good chance that the Elegy Acolyte dies here. But I did get my value, right? Like, I drew a card. And I was able to make a 2/2 out of this exchange. So, you know, not the worst spot to be in here. And then, of course, if the Elegy Acolyte lives, then we're in really good shape. All right, Sammy's Curiosity. Like I said, I really want to kill this Biomechan Engineer if I can. They're passing with a bunch of mana up. I do have Pinnacle Killship available as well. Let's see, this... Is there like a Flash Flyer they can play? I mean, it's a little bit concerning. But I think I'm supposed to attack anyways. I mean, maybe it's just a way to kill the Elegy Acolyte. I don't know. Wow, I am super happy that that actually worked. Although, here's my thing. They're not close to... They can't actually activate this, and they have, like, counterspell mana. So I have to think. I think I'm going to sacrifice this to see what I find. Siege Ship Impact. Wow. Okay, that is obviously very, very good. Then we still get to make a 2/2 here. Oh, I guess they do get to draw a card next turn, don't they? Alright, 4 cards. They do have the white mana for the Colonnade now. Are they just going to pass? Alright, well, let's kill this. So now we can get pretty good attacks here, I want to say. Alright, we drew a land here as well. I mean, perhaps now is a good time to run out the Pinnacle Killship here on the Engineer. Because that makes the coast... Oh, I guess I can just attack with the Survey Mechan. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay. Okay. That's totally fine. Let's kill the biomech engineer. Target a player. Oh yeah, this is wonderful. Everything that's happening right now is wonderful, okay? We are looking amazing. Oh, I played a land already? Yeah, I mean... by the way, Elegy Acolyte. Ladies and gentlemen, Elegy Acolyte. It is, in fact, the truth. Mechan Assembler, sure. They probably have an artifact to play. Maybe not, I don't know. Yeah. Alright. Well, that was kind of a beating. I mean, they had a decent shell there, but sometimes it's just like the one rare that survives that wins you the game. And for us, it was the Elegy Acolyte. And yeah. Let's just keep drawing it and playing it and have it not get killed. Those are that's my strategy. Alright. On the play, oof. I mean, I have all of my colors. This is probably a mulligan. This is probably a mulligan, but like, on the play, all of my colors. I have the Godmaw, a turn 4 Ice Cave Crasher. Is that good enough? I don't know. And then there's obviously always a chance that we can draw a thing to play. I'm hoping we don't fall too far behind here. Oh, my opponent played a 2-drop. It's not good. Okay, there's a Gene Pollinator. Okay. Fell Graveship? What if they miss? Oh, they didn't. Unlucky. They should probably just station. They should probably just try to station here, is my guess, on the Graveship. But getting a Virus Beetle is obviously great. Really good value. Let's play Crasher. Attack. I don't know what to discard here to the... Like, I legitimately don't know what to discard to the Virus Beetle. Perigee Beckoner, okay. They should play Virus Beetle. They just play the Virus Beetle, station and attack with both. That is the play. I'm just discarding the Worm. It feels bad. I mean, this is a really good hand from my opponent, with just like lots of good, just trinkety, value-y cards. Yeah, there you go. My opponent saw the line. So... we're kind of in this weird racing situation, but I'm hoping that the Glacier Godmaw gets me to where I need to go. See, that was... oh, it's 8. My bad. It's 8. Okay. Fair enough. This gets back to hand. And, yeah, we're going to have to make a very, very large attack here, if possible. Let's go Holocarver into the Grove Strider. So, look, my opponent is up way, way more resources. Fell Graveship got them a card. Virus Beetle got them a card. So for me, it's mostly just like, can my Haymakers get it done, right? If I draw one more land, I can play Glacier Godmaw. See, they're slowing things down. They're playing Decode Transmissions, which is definitely good for us. But if they play like another Virus Beetle, obviously that's not good. That's a timeline color from the opponent. And they are hitting me for 3 in the air. Okay. And we did find a land. So the only awkward part here is I can't like play this and attack with it on the same turn. But the Harmonious Grove Strider is free to attack. They have 4 cards in hand. Do I want to attack with the Ice Cave Crasher here as well? They're at 18 life. They get to double block, I guess. Sure, let's do it. Like, they're not really going to have time to sacrifice the landers anyways. Yeah, I should still play the Godmaw here. It's a 6/6. Like, this obviously puts a lot... This puts a lot of pressure on my opponent to kill the Godmaw. And you know, obviously since they're red-black, they likely will have the ability. But things, I can't just bank on finding a land here, right? Wow, and it's just Perigee Beckoner. This is huge. They're gonna hit me for 5 in the air. But if I draw a land here, this is so much damage. And even if I don't, it's a lot of damage. All right, so that is a Gene Pollinator. Does this give haste? It sure does. Okay, so let's play Gene Pollinator. Everything gets Vigilance as well, so let's sacrifice the lander here. Let's get the black for the Elegy Acolyte. This has to be close to game, right? Oh, I guess it's not. Yeah. All right. I thought I had it, but I did not. I mean, it was still a lot of damage, don't get me wrong. You know, we're trying to make the most aggressive lines possible here, but the Fell Grabship is doing a fantastic job of racing, right? It gained them like 12 life or 10 life or something. So, that's huge. Nova Hellkite, okay. Wow. If they hit me with both... Okay, I go to 2. Okay, if they block the Grove Strider... Okay, they need to play one more thing. They need to play one more thing. Or if they kill my Godma, it's also over. Oh, did they have Embrace Oblivion? I feel like if they had that before, they would have used it, right? To kill the Godma when I tapped out. But it does feel like they drew Embrace Oblivion. So now I need to like find a removal spell for the Beckoner to win the game. Ah! Brutal! Alright, well now we are like in a ton of trouble here. I need to find an answer to this. Oh, we drew a blocker! How much does this cost? I can't play it and activate it, right? They can put this in. They need to if they don't have a mountain, I guess I have a shot, right? Wow. Okay. I have to keep the Pollinator back because they can warp into Timeline Color. If they play a mountain, I die. Yeah, I die. Alright. Well, good beats. They had a really, really solid draw here. We almost came back, but that Embrace Oblivion, I'm fairly confident that they top decked that one, and that got rid of my Glacier Godma. But super close game. Really solid Rakdos start, and no shame in losing to that, particularly because we had kind of like this awkward, slow-ish start. But, I mean, despite that, I mean, that was just a really close, good game, where it's just like, something from either side would have decided who wins that one. Nova Hellkite is a hell of a Magic card. Let's just put it that way. Alright, on the play here. Okay, yeah, I mean, this is a 2-lander, but I have Gene Pollinator. And then I have the ability to play 2 things next turn. Then I can play, like, the Scrap Bot into the Scout Lander. So, pretty good hand here, as long as the Pollinator lives. If it doesn't, we might be in a little more trouble. But you saw how highly I value this card. Does so much work, especially when there's big things you want to ramp into. We have a vote out here. Let's play Nutrient Block and a Hull Carver. Oh, sure. Umbral Color Zealot, sure. Interesting. Alright, so let's play the Dauntless Scrapbot. Here. Unless you tap an untapped permanent you control, okay? Let's tap the lander. No attacks. Really, really good start here. Obviously, we would like to follow this up with more action, but can't complain about this start whatsoever. The real question is just like, how aggressive should I be looking to get? You know what I mean? I don't have... I mean, I do have Vote Out, I guess. Do I want to use that on the Zealot? Or do I want to save it? I'm going to save it. Let's crack the lander. Let's get Swamp Island. Get all the different types going. And then I probably want to, like, try to station this up if I can. Yeah, so I'll do that. I'm going to station with this and the Pollinator. If they kill my Hull Carver, so be it. But just getting this going so that I can start attacking with it next turn seems pretty good. And then keeping this back to block the Zealot seems pretty good. So, I mean, just look at, like, our board presence relative to what our opponent has. It's quite strong, right? This is pretty good, though. Perigee Beckoner is going to force through some amount of damage. Now, it can't... Yeah, so... But the thing is, like... I guess the Skittermaw will also grow because of this, but we're just going to take the 7 here. Because I don't have good blocks. Because if I block the Zealot, my Holocarver just dies. It looks like they have an Embrace Oblivion on the Zealot, which is also quite nice. Yeah, but this is still not a big deal. We're still fine. For the most part. The Skittermaw does grow. And, you know, we have 6 mana available, so lots of good options here. Let's crack this, see if we can find something good. That was good. Alright, so we get a token here as well. Alright. Yep. Yep. And we trigger Void as well, by the way. Because we sacrificed the Nutrient block. And we drew Cryogen Relic, which is a fantastic draw here, so... Things are looking very, very good. Our opponent also stuck on 3 mana here. Now, of course, if they have a removal spell, they will absolutely use it on the Elegy Acolyte. But I feel like, once again, it's such a good card where, like, the damage has kind of already been done. So... What is happening here? Are they trying to, like... Nope. Oh, they're just growing the Skittermaw? Sure. Alright. Gotta think here now. I'm just gonna pay the full amount. We're at 15 life? Sure. How aggressive do I want to be? Certainly this and this. This guarantees that I get a hit through. Okay. Alright. So now we have... I don't think I triggered Void yet, right? If a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn... Oh, no, I did. Okay, okay. In which case, I just want to play both of my creatures. Let's go Virus Beetle. See what they're working with. It's a Mechanozoa, and we'll play Blooming Stinger. Tap the Virus Beetle. This is a good blocker on this board. Yeah, I mean, just look at our board, by the way. We have, like, triple the permanents my opponent has. They have 5. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. We literally have triple their permanents. Thank you, Elegy Acolyte. I guess they can play the Voidborn. I mean, the Psionicist does do a pretty good job of blocking here. Let's play Cryogen Relic, see if we can find something. We drew a Germinating Worm. Okay. So the 2/2s can't really attack. They're at 10 life, though, but they have 4 blockers, so I don't quite have a lethal attack just yet. Especially because they can drain me out here as well. But I do think I can get an attack in with the Stinger, with the Death Touch creatures. This is a weird block. Okay. So I've triggered Void now. And I still get to draw a card. Alright, play the land, and I will just play the 5/5 here. And then we can Cryogen Relic end of turn. And make a 2/2. What a silly, silly card this is. I mean, what an absolutely... Like, literally, I switched colors in pack 3 because of Elegy Acolyte. Now, granted, my second color wasn't super set in stone, which is why this made it more reasonable. But still, I mean, this... What's happening right now is unreasonable. Do I want to do that now? Yeah. The thing is, Void should be triggered. Yeah, I mean, they're super dead. Void should be triggered anyways next turn after I attack with a million things. All right, well, there you go. 2 wins thanks to Elegy Acolyte, and 1 loss thanks to the Nova-born Hellkite. All right, well, let's keep drawing our Elegy Acolyte. I like that strategy for success. All right, on the play here. Ooh. I like what I see. This hand is incredible. Turn 1 Gene Pollinator. We got the Biomechan Engineer. I mean, this is just... I don't actually even know if I want to play the Biomechan Engineer right now. It's kind of interesting. I mean, I feel like I probably should. Alright. Look, it gets me the lander. I'm kind of out of action otherwise, but it's going to be a while before I actually get to 8 mana, I feel. So, just play it out. It still got us value, right? Nutrient block, okay. Ooh. Wow. Alright, well. Let's play the Scoutlander. Sack this, get Forest and Swamp. And now the question is, do I want to load this up? Let's see, I can play this next turn. For 4 mana, that's 5. Let's split the difference here. I just... next turn I can just play this and turn this on, right? So... if I draw a land, I can play both of these. Which is pretty good. It's a Graph Pack Monoist, and are they going to hit me? Probably want to keep that back. Alright, so I can still turn this on. So I think that is the plan here. The question is, I can't sacrifice this lander, which is the problem. And so the question becomes, because I can't do everything that I want, unfortunately. So maybe I should, if I pumped this up the previous turn, that would have been better. Yeah, I mean, given that they have 4 cards in hand, I think it's more important to crack my lander. And if I tap my creature and this, oh, no, I can turn this on like this, and then I can just not attack. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Because the reason why I'm doing this is if I draw a land, I can start just activating the Biomechan Engineer, which I think is extremely valuable on this board. Right? I think I'm going to get an island just because I have Cryogen Relic. Like 2 green, 2 blue, 2 black seems fine. They're getting, I mean, they're getting set up, but it's not particularly strong, so I'm okay with this. Let's get the blue. And we did draw the land. So now we're totally set. Don't want to attack with the Colossus into the Hull Carver. We will attack with our Flyer. And now we're just going to be activating the Biomechan Engineer. No reason to do anything else. Like, even if they kill this, they're just going to feel so ridiculously behind based off of our extremely strong start here. I'm shocked, by the way, that my opponent's Rakdos deck just didn't have a way to kill the Biomechan Engineer. Skittermaw, like, everybody's just doing, like... I've seen more Skittermaws in this one run than I have... You just don't see it that often. You know what I mean? Vote out on the Scoutlander. Okay. So that'll pump this up, I guess. Alright. So pumps that. I'm not super interested in attacking into that. Granted, I would get in for a huge amount of damage. Actually, is that worth? I gotta think about that. Like, if I kill this, I hit them for... If I don't make a token this turn, right? If I vote out and just cast Scrapbot and kill the Hull Carver, I put them down to 4 life. That is super tempting. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Actually, should I sack the lander? No, let's push damage. Alright, they're 4 life. Now it just makes it much more difficult for my opponent to even attack me, right? And it's like, what are you going to kill? I guess you kill the Biomech and Engineer, but I still just have lots of other ways to attack. Them passing with this much mana up does make me pause for a little bit for sure. Okay, that was also not ideal. Yeah, we're just going to wait. The thing is, they could have main phase sacrificed. I guess they have 1 less blocker, but they don't get a counter from this. I mean, they're drawing a bunch of cards, but obviously drawing 2 lands off of that wasn't good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 mana. So we only have 4 lands left in our deck. After I sack this lander, we'll only have 3 lands left in our deck. So 3 lands and 16 spells. So if they do not kill the Biomech and Engineer, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Well, it gave me a lot of value, though, okay? So there's that, and, you know. We have 2 lands left in our deck. That's a 4/4, and we have an Ice Cave Crasher. Yep, they go to 1. Why did they hit me with a good game? It's not over. Not over at all. But we have lots of good draws in our deck. Lots of good draws. I have a 5/4 Trampler. We only have 2 lands left. We're still in a pretty good spot. But they also have, like, lots of spells, so... Can't count anything out. Triple red, leaving up double black. Grab kill, okay. That's a 5/5. They're at 1, so they're just dead, right? That doesn't do anything. Okay. Whew! That was super close, and I drew another land here. Alright. Well, I mean, that's what happens, and that's certainly what we signed up for when we are playing this configuration. So it is what it is. Like, I could play Hilderblade, but I think for the vast majority of my games, I'd rather just have that land. I think that's just some variance and we got flooded, but we still won. So it's all good. Alright, opponent on the play here. Yeah, I mean, this hand's fine. It doesn't have any of my, like, really good cards, but look, I got a 1-drop, a 2-drop, and a Scrapbot. Every hand looks worse without a Gene Pollinator. Is this another Rakdos deck? Is that like the tech that everybody's doing? It's like, do the bots undervalue the red-black decks? I don't know. I'm just wondering why everybody's been. Also, I don't even know if they're red-black. I'm just talking. They're mono-red, clearly. Zookeeper Mechan, sure. Dauntless Scrapbot here. Yeah, they really are mono-red. It looks like, at least. Alright, well, does this come into play tapped? Yeah, tapped. This is actually quite an interesting question here. I don't know that I actually need the extra mana. So the question is, do I just run out Ice Cave Crasher because it can get in for a gazillion damage next turn? Or do I play this? Because if I sack next turn, I can play, like, next turn I can hit, this thing hits for 7. Let's just try to hit for millions here. Now, if they kill the Crasher, they kill the Crasher, and everything's been delayed a turn, but... Woo! Biomech and Engineer. Wow. The question is, can I even afford to wait till I get to 10 mana for this? I don't know. Okay, they just scooped. They just didn't want to play anymore. I mean, if they saw my hand, maybe they would have scooped. Because my hand was insane. I mean, Biomech and Engineer, very good. Larval Scoutlander, amazing. And we are 4-1. More Elegy Acolytes, though. We've only won 2 games with it. I need to win 2 more at least. Alright, on the play here. Ooh. 3 Forest, Nutrient Block, Germinating Worm, Pinnacle Killship, and Vote Out. Well, it's a Nutrient Block. It can be anything. Look, the Nutrient Block, look, it gains me a bunch of life, okay? So, you know, I don't really like mulliganing. You all know that. So, and we drew Gene Pollinator, which certainly helps here. Okay, they killed it, because they're jerks. Okay. I'll crack this now in case I draw another Gene Pollinator or Sammy's Curiosity. Nope. Alright. I mean, this hand's totally fine now, right? It's not great, but, like, I can kill something if I need. They missed. Yes. Yes. Alright, let's play Blooming Stinger. Warp this in. I'm just doing that because next turn I'm so likely to play it. It's nice to warp this in with the kill ship, but it is what it is. Another red-black deck, by the way. Wish I had the second survey mech in. Really? Okay. It's a little bit of a suspect play, I'm gonna say. Let's play the worm. Sammy's Curiosity would be nice. Caveron Skywarden into pumping this is certainly fine. Whoa. Did I say Sammy's Curiosity would have been nice? Because it was, and it is. Wow. What do I want to do? I mean, it's play this. Play this. Let's get a blue and a black. Blue and a black. The question now becomes, do I want to get close to turning this on? And I think the answer is yes. Sacrificing 5 damage to try to make sure I have a 3-3, because I don't have any other creatures in my hand either. So I do think it's important. 3 cards in hand for the opponent. Both of these are interesting targets to kill. Okay. What's happening here? Swarm color. Okay, sure. Stuff is happening. Yep. So this gets bigger now. Only as a sorcery. Okay. Whatever. Alright, well, feels like a good opportunity to play the kill ship. Probably want to kill the 5/6. So now the question becomes, how do I want to station? I think I'm just going to take the 5 here. Let's turn this into a creature and then station here. And then I'm going to keep this because I have Glacier Godma in my deck and I want to play around Virus Beetle. Because I just don't need to make sure... I don't have to play the land this turn. So let's play around it while we can. So this certainly sets us up nicely for the ability to attack with a kill ship soon. Wormwall Sweeper is just okay. And I have a Vote Out, and I'm also just like not entirely sure what I should be killing with Vote Out. You know, they have a 3/2 life-linking flyer and something that draws them cards if they sack other things. Glacier Godma off the top would be nuts. All right, so they went top. That's certainly a cause for concern. They can tap this, the color to sacrifice the Wormwall Sweeper and draw a card. Ooh, Lightless Evangel. Okay. I think you want to sack the Sweeper, yeah. Okay. Alright. That's good. Oh, they wanted a Swamp. And they found a Zookeeper Mechan. Fair enough. Alright, we drew Virus Beetle. That's very good. What's your last card? Zoo Effete. Okay. Yeah, I know it's nice. I know it's nice, man. Now the question becomes, what do I want to kill with the vote out? Okay, this is certainly... We're doing this, for sure. I'm hitting for 12, for sure. They're not going to block, for sure. I think it might just be kill the grab ship, because that's a racing tool that they have. This is a sorcery speed effect. So let's do that. I'll keep the land in my hand again because of Glacier Godmaw. They kept whatever card, by the way, on top, so we'll see what it is. Could very easily be like an Embrace Oblivion or something like that. Oh, it's just a Melded Moxite? That's not that strong. With no cards in hand either. Oh, I get it. I get it. They get to sack the Moxite to draw a card and pump this and hit me for 6. Okay. I mean, but they're taking a million here. Unless they top deck something. It's a nutrient block, sure. Alright, well, I mean, certainly Lightless Evangel is ginormous. So we'll keep the Virus Beetle back as a blocker. They're also gaining a bunch of life. I mean, this is all a good spot for them. We drew another land. 10, 15 damage, okay. I should play this land, I think. Alright, so it's 2 to 15. Alright, and we'll see what happens here. Very, very close game. Very, very close game. 2 cards in hand for the opponent. A lot of it comes down to what they draw. We have lots of mana available. Like, do they really want to race me? I don't think so, right? This is really surprising. I'll block. Just keep my life total high. The one damage doesn't matter too much on this board, and they need to find a way to deal with 2 things here, which is super unlikely. So let's attack. Yeah, that doesn't quite get it done. The Lightless Evangel, though, ended up being super strong, but... Yep, we ramped into some big things, and we got it done. Close game. GG's beep beep. And we are now ranked 28 in Quick Draft. Elegy Acolyte coming next game. Next game. But we are, what are we, 5-1? 4-1? 5-1? 5-1! Pretty good. Alright, opponent on the play. We have a Gene Pollinator. Okay, and we are hoping that the Gene Pollinator gets us to where we need. Because if it does, this hand looks pretty nice. If it doesn't, not as nice. Our opponent on a mulligan, though. And leading with Adagia. It's a good card. I've lost to this card, especially with like Banishing Lights and such. Starbreach Whale, okay, and then they get to station the Adagia, so that gets them one step closer, and, you know, certainly if the game goes long, like, I feel like if they build their deck appropriately, like, I can straight up lose to this card, so something you need to be mindful of. Or something I need to be mindful of, rather. Alright, this is already on 3. Needs to go to 12. Glacier Godmaw is good. Alright, so let's go Hull Carver into Cryogen Relic. Okay, and now we have some lands going. Next turn we can play a 4-drop, which I guess would be the Survey Mechan. I guess they could counter it. But it's my only play. I mean, it feels like they have a counterspell. They mulliganed. You know, it is what it is. Oh, no, they didn't. Okay. Consult the star charts is very good. It's a little bit interesting that they didn't wait till one more turn, because obviously this card's so much better when you kick it, but I guess they really thought it was important for them to hit land drop number 4, is what that tells me. Obviously, we don't mind that at all. Still pretty far away from activating the Mechan. Rayblade Trooper on... What is happening here? Why didn't they just cast it? Oh! That's very good. Yeah. So this thing is already on 10. Okay. They're keeping the 4/4 back as a blocker. Fair enough. I mean, the play here just seems like play Fungal Colossus. All right, what do we have? Interesting that they kept this back as a blocker. I would have just stationed this as well. Like, you're not really blocking anything with the Gigastorm Titan anyways. Wait, so now they're passing with all this mana up? Is that not... I mean, they have Starbreach Whale and Rayblade Trooper. Is this just not the most suspect thing you've ever seen in your entire life? I don't know. I do not know what to make of this. Like, I kind of don't want to attack with this. Okay, well, we'll keep the 5/5 on top. I guess it was just a Lost in Space, so I missed out on 1 point of damage, I guess. I still don't know how that's necessarily better than just, like, playing out a Starbreach Whale here. But sure. So next turn I'll have the mana to sacrifice the Survey Mechan. That is a Dockworker Drone. And they can also play the Rayblade Trooper. Okay. Wow, they attacked me. Okay. Okay. Oh, are they gonna just like tap everything? Whew. So here's the interesting part, right? Because I can go Cryogen Relic, but I can also use the Cryogen Relic because I can play Glacier Godmaw and I mean, locking down Gigastorm Titan does seem extremely strong. But then what am I gonna... Yeah, let's just tap it down. I have to tap everything down, though, now to play the Glacier Godmaw. But I think that's okay. Missed out on 2 points of damage, I guess, by doing this. Alright, next turn, I can go, like... I don't actually know which one of these I want to play. Let's see, I have access to 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Oh, they just scooped. What's with these early concessions? You know, I guess when you're playing a draft where you only the entry fee is only halved, like, people just scoop. Granted, I've been having some good draws. Alright, we are ranked 20 now, 6-1. And we have 2 shots at a trophy. Let's go. Alright, we are... As we wait for Powered Cube, we got paired against somebody whose name is I Am Power 9. Alright, well, I'm going to keep this. Now, if they have a really fast start, it's going to be kind of tough. Especially if they play like Gene Pollen. Play Sammy's Curiosity. Okay, that also counts. We have a 1-drop here in Nutrient Block. We have the Cryogen Relic, but nothing to play on turn 1 or 2 on the draw can always lead to bad times. Especially if they have a 2-drop here. Okay, Nutrient Block's okay. That we will allow. Let's play Cryogen Relic. Next turn we can play the Scrap Bot. Get to where we need to go. Gene Pollinator, where were you? We wanted you turn 1, sir. Drix Fate Maker. Okay. Interesting. Glacier Godmaw. I think Scrapbot is the play. If they kill it, then sure. Next turn I can go activate the Relic on the Might. But this just cleanly blocks the Hemosymbic Might. Even if they go land Drix Fatemaker, it's okay, right? So they would have to kill the Scrapbot, so this is fine. But this does become kind of annoying the bigger it becomes, right? So we'll see what happens. Close encounter. All right, they're getting very aggressive. Probably cracking the nutrient block, so I get hit for 2. Still think this is okay. Let me think. I really want to sack... Like, I just want to get my ramp going. So I think I play this and I take damage again. We have a lot of stuff to use our mana on. We absolutely do. Dauntless Scrapbot, sure. Yeah, they get to ramp some more. Okay, now that they have another creature in play, the Hemosymbic Might becomes more problematic. Let's crack the lander here. Let's get a swamp. Mostly because we have Elegy Acolyte in our deck, of course. Now I can play a 4-drop in the Fungal Colossus. But let's lock this down first and see what we find. We did not draw a land, which is unfortunate. But playing a 5/5 here is totally fine. They're going to get to ramp, and now like my plan is to just, you know, put as much power and toughness on the board as possible to stay alive. And then if I get a bunch of things in play, then I can just Glacier Godmaw them. So we're okay. Alright, so this is a huge board, but they can't attack me this turn. They should put a counter on the Hemosymbic Might, probably, because that just works so well with whatever else they're trying to do. Nope, they're on the Drix Fatemaker. I am at 13 life. We did find a Seed Ship Impact, which kills the Dauntless Scrapbot. Tricky, tricky spot. Like, I can play... The problem is my 4-drop is not particularly good. I can play Blooming Stinger, I have a Seed Ship Impact, I can play Harmonious Grove Strider. Lots and lots of options here. 2 cards in hand for the opponent. I'm hoping that the combination of these 2 5/5s makes it very tough for my opponent to get a good attack in. That's my hope. Will it work? We'll see. We shall see. Weftblade Enhancer. Okay, that's really good too. Jeez. Oh, the thing I hate about this is the fact that they warp that in. So Blooming Stinger is certainly something I need to play next turn. I'm at 13. I got to be super careful with how I choose to block here based on what they did with the Weftblade Enhancer. Okay. Let's block here. These trample. Oh, wow, that's it? Okay. All right. Yeah, you know what? I'm very, very happy about that. Very, very happy about that. All right, we drew a land, which is very good. Certainly, I don't think this is a place where I am looking to play the Glacier Godmaw. I will play the land. They're going to play this next turn, and this is going to be a 5/3, right? All right. Just adding more and more to the board here. As much as I can. I have a 6/6 and a 5/5. So, I mean, look, I'm still doing a really good job of blocking, and they just can't attack me here. So this is great. Grove Strider's great. Everything is great. Next turn, I mean, they're 23. I probably just, honestly, I probably just want to get, like, Survey Mechan going. They can't attack me. And just pass. Oh, that's a Gene Pollinator as well. Let's play Survey Mechan. Let's play Pollinator. And we have the ability to cast Seed Ship Impact or sacrifice Nutrient Block. Certainly not in a position to attack just yet. They still have 3 cards in hand and they haven't played everything, so this is by no means over. Like, if they play their own Glacier Godmaw, that can totally get us. I am going to crack this. Oh, and a concession! They did not want to get Survey Mechaned, and there you go! A clean little 7-1, and we are now rank 18. So that's a good place to be. Gonna really try to hit for rank 1, maybe. We'll see. We're rank 18, and when I'm hoping that the arena cubes are going to be ranked. And if it is, then I'm going to really try to go for rank 1. I might even do some streaming. So we have one more draft. Probably going to do one more Edge of Eternities quick draft. But this was, you know, a really good result given how disjointed the draft was overall, right? We took a couple of white cards over playables. Then we pivoted and we took some blue cards. We took some powerful cards. But all in all, like, we still had to play a couple of filler cards and like the nutrient block or whatever. But we still put together a functional deck here, right? With solid enough top end, one of the best rares in the entire set, Pollinator doing a lot of work, the Larval Scoutlander doing a ton of work, and of course Biomechan Engineer is also awesome. We were a little bit light on interaction, but our opponents didn't really play anything that was too problematic. Like, we just needed to play a bunch of creatures, and that usually ended up being okay. As far as interaction, we had the Kill Ship Vote Out, and a Seed Ship Impact, and I suppose also the Mechan if you need. So yeah, I mean, this was a little bit light on interaction, but plenty of ways to block. And honestly, this deck played out better than I thought. Now, admittedly too, I think the opposition, sometimes you feel like you draft like a mediocre deck, but like, this is one of those things where I think I had an okay deck, but I felt like the opposition, like the decks that my opponents played, were just not particularly strong. And so we ended up pulling out ahead, because sometimes, like, I look at a deck like this and I go, oh, maybe I trophy, and then I just get totally destroyed. And in this case, that wasn't the case. Our opponents just had kind of okay to middling draws, and several opponents just conceded like in the middle of a match, which, doesn't necessarily happen all the time. But you know what? I'll take it. This was still a super functional deck, plenty of ways to get card advantage, and certainly some decent ways to close out the game. And of course, we had one of the best rares in the entire format. Honestly, it's like, this is one of the few cards where you're like, I was basically mono green. You opened this pack 3, just take it. It's just that good. It is just that good, and it single-handedly won us 2 games. So there it is. All right, well, that's one trophy. Maybe we can make it back-to-back Edge of Eternities trophies before Cube season begins. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in a different way, I do have a Patreon. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Shout out to all of the patrons. Also, check out TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to buy some booster boxes of Edge of Eternities, Final Fantasy, or Spider-Man, or you wanted some singles for your standard, modern, Pioneer, or Commander decks, check out TCGplayer.com. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, go to heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. They are your one-stop shop for deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, all that utilize magnetic technology to make sure everything snaps perfectly in place for your convenience. Check out heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.